So I want to give you the big picture vision CEO question. We're going to dig into the what, but I think we do need to start with the why. What is the big picture vision of why it's so important that companies release this data? What is the world that we're trying to build going to look like if they do?
Well, thank you, Ellen, and it's great to be here, and good evening from London for everyone joining this call. And it's great to have this Measure Up partnership with our partners at Fortune. And I think Alan and I, talked about this a while ago, even before the events of last May happened, and realized how important this is now to make change in society and actually in financial markets. Um, my perspective on this is the area of ESG data has been around for a long time, as investors look to make their investment choices based on certain criteria. And it's been really strong in some areas. For example, in climate, it's well defined and people understand what to report. In governance, which is where it originated. But for a long time, I think the S in ESG has been missing. And I think the events that happened in May reminded us that actually, whilst we're doing a good job in some areas like gender, where metrics are the norm, they've been collected and disclosed for many years, I would argue they've made a huge difference in focus and management teams really dealing with gender. A lot of the areas of S have been missing. And I think ethnicity, disability, and other areas have been clear gaps. In fact, when we signed up to the letter of action from New York CEOs, we said to ourselves, let's not just sign up to take action, let's take action. And we actually had a look in our own database. And we're pretty surprised and shocked about the lack of ethnicity data that was collected. And being a world leading data and analytics company, of course, we believe what you measure gets managed. And so we embarked on a mission to say, let's agree some simple metrics. Let's work with Fortune and Fortune 500 companies to not just measure those metrics, but actually disclose them and be transparent and affect change. And our history of this, of doing this with gender, I think has proven that things were difficult and uncomfortable and people didn't want to have the discussion, then get accepted as a norm. So this is about affecting change for financial markets and corporations around the world. There is a burning need to have a better understanding for all investors about how and where they're investing, not just on returns, but on the impact of society on numerous areas. So in a way, we're in effect responding to demand, and we're seeing huge demand now for this kind of data from our customers.